What up, everybody? Look at my Rolls Royce.
Bruh.
Hope you guys enjoyed my couple days of being away. This video, proudly sponsored by my own company, Black Sheep Industries. As you can see, we are a Canadian manufacturer of wastegates. Mine is just taped up so I don't lose the firing out of the bottom, because I do have 4 of these. There was actually 4 on this setup. And I'm gonna be hoarding them all because we only have a limited supply left. So make sure you get yours. Link is down below for Black Sheep Industries. Everything else on the website, code Boostedlifestyle gets 10% off. It doesn't work for these though, because we priced these as low as we could to get them to your hands. So as you would have seen on last episode, we got 4 pipes tacked up and made. It's time to make the other 4, completely weld everything, make this charge pipe go out to the air to water intercooler, get a Rolls Royce badge for the front somewhere if it didn't cost $1 million. And then probably fire it up and go test it out. I mean, we can put it in the back alley, get on the trans brake and see what happens. The goal here is just to see if this works any better than the last setup.
It's gonna be a terrible time for me.
First thing I did, cut up some straight pipe at 15 degrees, and I made a little assembly line of 30-degree bends, so they're 15-degree cuts on each side at various thicknesses, so we can like kind of just mix and match what we need. And now we can start tack welding some stuff up. This one needs to be clean still. That's generally what you have to do when you run out of bends, because we have 2 U-bends left, 190 and 2 45s for 2-inch, and we still have 4 pipes to make. Getting sketchy. Last pipe on this side, locked up, hopefully it fits. That is definitely a time-consuming process. So we've got all 4 of these in here to fit. And the biggest issue with this side is you can see the oil reservoir down here. We had to do like some really tight radius stuff, and that's gonna be so much fun to weld with all those pie cuts in it. Whereas the other side, we should be able to get away with utilizing some of our U-bends on this side. Like this one should just be able to come just like that, join up to that third one right there. So this one needs like a little bit of a bend right there. And then this one obviously can come down far outwards this way and down and then up to that. Like I said, just a time-consuming process here. A lot of welding, a lot of hunching over. I find that my chair is too high, my welding chair. My table's too low, so I have to do this a lot. It hurts a little bit. I'm getting old. And before my stupid ass builds this side, you guys have been wondering about the visibility from the inside. Let me show you. Just get in. Let me just get in this beast of an artwork here and, you know, just... So as you can see, the intercooler didn't really change much. I couldn't see anything to begin with, but I can see on like this side of the car and like this side of the car, once that plastic's out of the way anyways. And so I'd be able to see the tree over here and here. So it's not too bad. It's no bigger than just like a cowl hood, really.
2,000 years later.
Just a casual couple hours later and we have 8 pipes tacked up. And we gotta count how many welds we need to do now. This is what it looks like. I think it looks pretty cool. They all kind of fit-ish. I mean, good thing we're using couplers on both ends is all I can say. I didn't want to spend too much time on it because this is really just a testing to see if this is going to work. And if it doesn't work, we'll probably scrap this idea, get rid of these turbos, these manifolds, everything, and probably try something different. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on this side. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. 34 welds to make, and we still gotta make this upper pipe. It's one of those days where I'm gonna spend like 20, 30 hours just on fabrication without filming in order to give you guys an episode. So $20 an hour at $5 an hour, 100 bucks. That's what I'm worth, 100 bucks.
2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3, quick maths.
And we use every single bend except for one part of a U-bend. That's all we have left. Now that was almost $400 in 2-inch piping. So in reality, on ad revenue, this video might get $200. So we're already minus $200 into this video. But if you do want to help out, we do have my merch store and we do have Black Sheep Industries. Let's try and make this this other pipe first, I think, before we weld up everything down there. This is just gonna be like a sit down session with myself and some music to get that bottom piece welded up. Shit, it's still recording. So I wanted this pipe to kind of follow the contour of the car here, but I wanted to get it between this can and this strut mount. So this is kind of what we're working with to get it to go into the air to water. So I'm gonna put a coupler here just so there's a bit of adjustability. And it's gonna come straight 90, straight 90. So it's not too hard compared to building at least like one of these pipes. It's only gonna take a fraction of the time. Actually just taking a bit of time today here to go ship out our welder to our welder winner. Yeah. It's starting to look a lot like Lego. And the official last pipe to go in. Bam. Now yes, it is a little bit bizarre, and yes, I do have a million hours of welding in front of me. In reality, we're trying to get equal distribution as easy as possible. This is just put it where it's easy to build, which it wasn't easy to build because there was 8 of it, but it was easy to build in retrospect to trying to like tuck it in the bumper or something. Give it one last attempt. If it doesn't work, we'll move on to something else. How about that? I do like the quad compound idea. I think that'd be kind of cool, but then I also like putting a single turbo back on it and racing the season as well. Yeah, there's only like so much clickbait you can do before you have to do some fun stuff too, right?
Yeah, these are evens 2, 4, marker sucks, 6, 8.
And here's just a close-up of how we did it. I would have done it a lot cleaner if I had unlimited bends, but we were trying to use just what we had in those 2 kits. So as you can see, I normally wouldn't have went a 90-90 here to get around this pipe. I probably would have went like a 45-45, but that's all we had. So I used what we had. I guess I could have cut the radius of the 90s, but you know what? It's gonna do what it's supposed to do. So I'm gonna sit down, put a couple hours in here. It is 1:16 right now. I'm gonna turn on the GoPro, get some tunes going, and see you back in a bit, I guess. All right, 221. So we got 4 pipes done. I did the ones with the pie cuts first. So the ones with the most welding got done, and then the big ones, because the circumference is so big, I got those ones done too. So the majority of the welding is done-ish. And as you can see, this is the one that I just finished up, and it had definitely the most welds in it. The welds aren't the prettiest because I'm just rushing things to get it done finally. And because I don't have a huge ventilation system in this garage, I'm gonna actually open the door, go inside, catch some fresh air. Virginia's actually inside, live on Twitch. That's her full-time job now, which is crazy. So I'm gonna go inside and support her because this is her first week doing it full-time. And I know if I jumped into something head first without any support, I'd be kind of like weary. So I'm gonna go inside, I'm gonna support her, twitch.tv/alientrashkitty. And I'm just gonna go cheer her on for a little bit. Be back out here again after, and I'll see you then. 2 more to go, 7 more welds. The biggest comments I've been getting so far is like, that intercooler kind of looks like a radiator from a Rolls Royce. And if you look at it from here, and then I compare these 2 photos,
I mean, it does kind of have the same dimensions on the top. So, did we make a Canadian Rolls Royce?
And I mean, not to be offensive to my fellow Canadians, but like, we ain't good at owning cool cars, so this is what the best we can build. Canadian Rolls Royce right here, just like my Mustang was the Canadian Lambo. Okay, gotta get back to it, gotta keep welding. It's been like another hour. It's been like two hours and a bit, I guess, total straight welding time. Now, to make sure there's no debris inside, I've come up with an ingenious plan. That's probably not gonna work for most pipes, but it might work for some. I have a rag here connected to the end of this little claw machine thingamajig. And rag. And then this thing is just flexible as heck. So we're just gonna drop it in the pipe. Hopefully this comes out the other end. Come on, it's right there. Here it is. And then we'll just snake this. That's just gonna get any loose little things that would have came off the belt sander or anything out of there. I mean, the welds, I rushed these welds a lot because I didn't want to weld for a lot of hours, but even still, my consistency when I'm even rushing is not so bad. Okay, clean the rest of these out, then we'll bead roll them. I'll show you how I bead roll pipes on the cheap. This one might be too long. Long Shalong 5000. This works so good. Now, as you can see, some of these pipes didn't get a bead roll on the end, and in order to keep that from blowing off, what we're gonna do, this one actually has some yellow on the end. We're gonna take some 909 channel locks. I actually cut the tips off, so mine are super modified. But you can see that little claw thing. I'll put it over my face. And you put that nub on the inside and this on the outside, and you walk around just a little tiny bit with the thing here. I mean, bead rolling tools are getting pretty inexpensive nowadays, but because this is a Rolls Royce, I want to do it good. And you end up with something like that on the end. So I'm going to put a bit of a bead roll on most of the ones that don't have a thing on the end, and then it's time to assemble the car. And just like that, we finally have it done. It does need a lot of clamps, to be honest. But everything fits. It didn't warp up too bad. Everything kind of fit back where it did. It's not hitting anything. We chose to go back through the air-to-water intercooler as well, just because our electronics for our, right here, our idle air control TPS, it wouldn't reach the other way. And then we would have to relocate the fuel regulator as well. Just easier to shove it back through the air-to-water, and then if we do make a bunch of power, the air-to-water can help out too, because we can put ice into it and actually probably gain 50 horsepower by having like 70-degree Fahrenheit intake air temps instead of whatever this thing is going to put out. Also, we've been gearing up to do like a dream car giveaway thing, and we have a 2017 M3 that we were thinking about giving away. The whole thing, like $1 goes to one entry kind of deal. But Virginia's like, why don't you give away this car? And I was like, nobody's going to want a car with 8 turbos on it. But then I was like, I could probably give it away with the single turbo kit as well. If you're like me, you'd probably want this over an M3. The only thing is this doesn't drive on the street very well, but it'll be a ton of fun at the track. Whereas the M3 is going to drive perfectly on the street. So I don't know, it's like a flip-flop 50-50 of what I would want. So let me know what you guys think about it down below. I also had full intention. My God, that's like my whirlybird up there squeaking like that. That thing on the roof? That's from my house. I should grease that. With all the oils and grease in my garage, that should not be mine. Anyways, I had full intentions of taking this out on the streets and making some like street hits or like some pulls on the street or something, but as you can see, Canada strikes again and it's snowing once again. And that's very unfortunate. Oh look, Gina's motorcycle that we don't drive. And Gina's fan page. So thank you guys for joining me on the last, I don't know, like 3 days that I've been doing this. And huge shout out to you guys for supporting me on Black Sheep Industries. I can see it reflect in the Shopify. We got those 45mm wastegates in, they've been selling out, and it's overwhelming that is going to be what I do one day. And it's almost hard for me to go to work knowing that like one day I'm going to be doing this thing where I just sell turbo parts to people because people want to be a part of the Black Sheep Industries family and the True North Turbo family. And I just envisioned this like warehouse with me and Nick inside of it, and Black Sheep Industries is like one half of it and Boosted Lifestyle is the other half of it. And we just build all our dream cars that we want to build because we have turbos on hand, wastegates on hand, piping, everything we need to make this badass car except for like pistons and rods, but we haven't used those yet. Every day it just goes through my head. Keep hustling, keep hustling, keep hustling. You're gonna get there, you're gonna get there, you're gonna get there. And I have you guys to thank. So I really appreciate it. Peace easy and get that V. Make sure you subscribe.